Hello, I'm Andrew Salmon. Welcome once again to WEC TV Interviews. Now, all of our interviewees are VIPs, but our current interviewee is a VVIP. This person will be the first leader in the history of WEC who will be not a chairman, but a chairperson. I'm speaking, of course, of Marie-Jose Nadeau. Marie-Jose, welcome to WEC TV.
Thank you very much.
You're just about to take on the mantle of leadership. Can you give us some idea of your broad strategy, your key vision for the next 3 years?
Well, first allow me to thank you for this opportunity to speak to your
Please don't
viewers.
mention it.
And I'd also like to mention how impressed I am with the organization of this impressive Congress here in Daegu. Over 6,000 delegates from 113 countries, almost 200 speakers.
Yeah.
We will deliver an impressive program. Now, this brings me to my goals and the position I'll be taking as the chair of the organization.
Yeah.
I'll be leading the organization from Daegu to our next Congress in Istanbul, Turkey in 2016. And this will allow me to work on my first objective, which is to increase WEC's presence in Asia and in the Middle East. So much is happening in both of these areas in the world, and we must be more present. I'll be working closely with the co-chair-elect, David Kim from Korea. And
From here in Daegu?
and Daegu here, so that we can both together make a difference. My second objective is to work on diversity. WEC is a very inclusive organization, but that doesn't suggest that we can't improve. And
Not quite perfect. Yeah.
I would like to see more young men and women involved in the dialogue that we will be building. Securing tomorrow's energy today means that we'll be making decisions for the next generation. The upcoming leaders have a word to say. They have their values, they have their own goals, and I would like to work closely with them so that we can prepare them to be as present as possible in the debate and in our various instances. As you know, Turkey is a country that has a young generation just about to see where they can influence the global debate. And I think it's a perfect place to bring this upcoming generation. And I insist on men and also women. There are not very important women in the organization. There are very little, actually very few women. And I think that the place is for them to take, and I will support them in that endeavor. My third objective is to continue on our work program. You know that we've been on a continuous basis updating our major work, which is the trilemma report and the scenarios study. So this will be updated for our next Congress to be published again in 2016, with a view to report on the progress we will have made globally on the access to energy issue.
You've got a pretty full plate ahead of you, I think.
I do.
Okay. You are from Quebec in Canada. North America is obviously one of the key energy sectors on Earth, particularly in terms of technology, emissions, and also capital, finance. What do you see as being the big picture issues for the North American energy sector in the coming years?
Well, if you've been following, as your question suggests, the debate in North America, the shale gas revolution has been totally changing the energy mix.
Right.
Within the next upcoming years, at the turn of the decade, the United States will be self-sufficient. They have access to gas at a very low price, $3 to $3.50 per MBTU.
Yeah.
They are shutting down coal plants, exporting coal to Europe. This is strengthening their own economy, and it's helping them reduce their CO2 emissions. It's not helping Europe, which has the same now challenge the US used to have. They're not going to meet their goals. and it's changing the energy mix in Europe and elsewhere in the world. So that's for the state. It's not without an impact on Canada, but if I'm going to talk to the Canada challenge, we're the 6th largest producer of oil and fossil fuels in the world, and we have an issue with transporting this massive production to the markets, pipelines, or LNG terminals, and it's been in the public debate, is it going to be south through the States, is it going to be west to Asia or east to Europe? We have to access the market. So right now, if you follow the debate in North America for the next 3 years, you'll see, and when we report back in 3 years' time, where we stand on shale gas and where we will have had this success on bringing our oil to the markets.
Understood. You are also, as well as being the head of WEC, your day job is with Quebec Hydro. Now, you're the first guest we've had here who's in the water business. Tell us a little bit about how you see hydro. Obviously a very clean, sustainable energy, but one that's arguably underutilized in the energy mix. How do you see hydro moving globally in the next 3 years?
Well, you're right. Quebec Hydro is a major hydro company. Actually, in Quebec, in the province of Quebec, Canada, 99% of our electricity comes from hydro, large hydro. So
didn't know that. Okay.
It's quite impressive. In the energy mix, those parts of the world blessed with hydro potential will develop it. We see it in our future scenarios. That means that we will see more hydro in Latin America. We will see more hydro in Asia. Probably, I'm not sure yet. It depends of the political context and the policy framework put in place, but in Russia also over the next decades to come. Hydro is 15%, or hydro and renewables, but mainly with hydro, as 15% of the world energy mix now. Okay. In 2050, we see it coming at between 20 and 30%. Okay. So it will increase. Of course, you need the first resource and you need to have access to it. So it will remain marginal, 30%, we can say it's marginal, but it will develop. It is important that we do so because of the emissions avoided with hydro electricity generation.
Sounds like you're going to be very busy over the next few years wearing both your different hats. It's been an absolute pleasure having you aboard, and best of luck for the next 3 years in all your spheres of activity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's been our pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So that was our new leader, our incoming leader. But please don't go away. Do keep your eyes on the screen. More stuff coming soon from WEC TV.